Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen. Today it's a slow day. It is raining outside, it's a bit cold, so I am bringing you along a bit of a cleaning, cooking day, freeze drying some herbs. So if you're interested, you are welcome. Let's go watch the vlog. I am starting the day making a lovely cup of coffee since I use this coffee machine. You know, if you're with me for a while, you know that I do buy things and it takes me a while until I try it. So I think a couple of months ago I've tried the coffee machine and I bought it like end of last year. So, but yeah, I am buying coffee beans, trying all different coffee beans, try to find my favorite, and yeah, I enjoy my cup of coffee and a cup of tea in the morning or during the day. So as I've told you, because it is a rainy, cold day, I have decided to do some cleaning. I have been away, and you know, when I come back and it's been a while and the house just needs refreshing. Yeah, it rained the whole day, so I've done a couple of hours tidying up the house and just mopping the kitchen floor, tidied up the pots. Really needed. I am actually still in the beginning of still doing the spring cleaning, even though it's well into June now. But yeah, I will get to it. I prefer to be outside. Next week it's a glorious week weather-wise, so I know I want to be outside when it's nice weather. So while I was on holiday, if you've seen my previous vlog, I was a bit gutted when I've seen cilantro / coriander and the dill outside in the raised bed garden, because they started to go to seed, and as soon as they get to that stage they get a bit like woody, the stem, and the taste changes. It's not that, you know, subtle, fresh, soft. It's a bit, I don't know, it's still okay, but I prefer it when it's like a young leaves, both in cilantro and dill. So as you can see, it's gonna a little bit on the yellow side, that coriander I'm just holding there, but I didn't want, you know, to put everything on a compost, so I thought I'm gonna give it a go. Let's see what's happened. So I just washed the herbs, I towel dried it, and I put them in a freeze dryer. The cilantro took less time than a dill, and when it's all finished, actually it took me ages to, you know, separate the kind of the leafy bit from the stem, because I know from previous years when I've done a similar way that you know, it's I only prefer the leafy bit, otherwise it's too tough. So the cilantro are ready to go to the freeze dryer. This is actually my first freeze drying project of the year, and considering it's done well, friends. And we've got the dill in as well. Press continue, and the freeze dryer will do the lot for us. Time to do some cooking. I've took lamb chops out of the freezer. I have marinated it actually prior to this cooking day, and we're going to serve it with homegrown chips. I have harvested, if you missed the previous vlog, it's about harvesting the potatoes. So I have harvested quite a lot of the volunteers, purely because I needed the space for the other crops to grow, because it was like overshading the shallots and stuff. And I've harvested a few of the rocket first early in the polytunnel. And to my surprise, some of the volunteers actually done so well that I've managed to harvest a full basket full of potatoes. So we are going to season it and we're going to have that for dinner today with lamb chops, what I've purchased from a local farmer. Another dish I'm making today, because we've still got loads of lettuces, I'm making lettuce soup with poached egg. This is something what my mum and grandma made a lot, me growing up. So I really, really enjoy it. It's a true late spring, early summer dish for us. So I harvested loads of different varieties of lettuces. I've harvested some kale, Swiss chard, dill, washed it and put it in a zippy bag, and we're going to use that up for a week for breakfast, lunch or dinner, but most of it I'm gonna use today in a lettuce soup. I have quite a lot because that will reduce a lot when we are going to cook it. So as I'm doing a voiceover now, actually it's just a first day, I have actually milked Juniper, a golden Guernsey goat. So I've separated the boys yesterday and started milking Juniper, and gave me 3 litre this morning, and I hand milked it, so I'm gonna do it this evening as well. But on this day, on this cooking day, that was a few days before I'm doing a voiceover, so I've used shop bought double cream to finish off this soup. But for now I am just putting the lettuce, the washed chopped lettuce with some homegrown potatoes, and I'm seasoning it with garlic powder, salt and pepper, and I'm just keep putting as a little lasagna on the top. Soon that cooks down, I will put the rest of it in it as well. I'm just going to pour about a litre, about just under a litre of water on the top of the soup and leave it to it. Also harvesting quite a bit of peas lately, so the upcoming videos is gonna be probably some cooking with peas recipes. We are having so many eggs coming in that I don't know what to do with it. I do give away a lot to friends and family, but we still end up with a lot. So what I was doing in this day, I was boiling 30 farm fresh eggs, and the next couple of days, it's gonna be another vlog. I'm going to make a pickled egg, what I absolutely love, especially this time of the year when we have lots of eggs. So that's gonna be probably the next vlog, how to make pickled eggs. Okay, so I've just put the lamb chops and some of the chips to the oven, and I'm just finishing off this beautiful lettuce soup. So soon, can you see I've used up all the lettuces now, and it cooked down real well. I've just poured over the double cream. I seasoned it. I've put some vinegar, sugar to it as well. And now I'm just literally putting the eggs in. Just crack the eggs in right in and give it a good few minutes, maybe about five minutes to poach those eggs. And honestly, this is a lovely, could be lunch or dinner for us for quite a few days. That was my husband. By the way, just saying hello. Okay, the soup is now ready, so we can very soon dish up. Look at these lamb chops ready as well. And actually I took out some stuffed pepper from the freezer, so I've just put some potatoes with it, and then I gave a choice to Al. I asked what he wants to eat, but he chose the lamb chops with chips. So that's what we had on this day, but the next couple of days, you know, the dinner has been taken care of for us. So what would you like, my love? So you have roast potato with stuffed pepper, chili marinated lamb chops, seasoned chips or lettuce soup with poached egg.
Past 18 months, life's been on hold for Jeanette. Now in remission.
We really enjoyed that dinner. Honestly, it was so good. Turned out really well. Something what I'm not sure if I've mentioned to you, I have ordered a quarter of a cow from our local farmer. So I honestly, this is the first time I've ordered cow in big quantity like this. So I cannot wait to show you when it arrives. I think it's next week. So now I'm using up lots of things from the freezer because I think quarter of a cow, it's gonna be a lot of meat. And yeah, so that's gonna be a journey for us and a new experience. But look at this dinner. Doesn't it just look delicious? So it is the next day now, and I try to use up our dried beans. In that bowl just there in front of me, I have got lots of butter beans dried. We grew this last year, and runner beans. So we're going to make an amazing bean hummus, what I've just made up. But before we make the hummus, I have bulk ordered lots of peppercorn, whole peppercorn, and I am just literally making like kind of a crushed powdery peppercorn. So just blitzed it and I've put them in the mason jar, and that will keep me going for a while. I'm keep checking on a freeze dryer. Took 14 hours for this coriander in a freeze dryer. Yeah, so the freeze dryer is done, so I'm gonna deal with that as well. And it took me a while to take these, the stem out of it, but I know it's gonna worth it in the end. Okay, let's go and make that delicious butter bean hummus. So this lovely coriander, cilantro, has been in a freeze dryer for 14 hours and they are bone dry. I took my time to take the stems out, the end bits, so I have ended up with this beautiful cilantro, coriander. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to put this in a jar, and whenever we need coriander, we're just gonna help ourselves. And then I'm gonna fill in this jar up as the season go along. I am tempting to get some more coriander seed and grow more cilantro, friends. And I'm still waiting for the dill. The dill is now in a freeze dryer for about 16 hours and it's still going. So soon that's done, I'm gonna do exactly the same then to this coriander. I have pressure canned this homegrown butter bean and runner beans. I grew this actually from last year's garden, yeah. So I'm going to make hummus, like a bean hummus. I'm just making this up, friends. So I'm gonna put some lime juice. I'm gonna put some pink Himalayan salt and garlic powder. We've made this last year from the garden. And then we're gonna put some of this beautiful coriander we've just freeze dried and some extra virgin olive oil. And I'm going to blitz this. Put a little bit of this crushed peppercorn, what we've just crushed this morning, and just go for it. looking good. Let's have a taste test. Wow. I love it. Love it, love it. Right. I have got some more beans in here. Let's see if we can put all in there. I'm really pushing the limit in here again, friends. Okay. It's actually, I prefer the texture like that, really thick. Perfect, that is, friends. Right, let's have a taste test. This is divine. Right, look at the size of this butter bean. I'm also making naan bread. And boiling lots of eggs. I've got 30 eggs in here. Some goes to the turkey chicks, they absolutely love it, and the chickens. Some we're gonna use to make pickled eggs. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. See you very soon. Bye, friends.